Are you getting 0 sales on Amazon? This might be why. So long gone are the days of just pumping out books on Amazon. Not only is it extremely competitive, but there's even new guidelines now that limit the amount that you can publish every day. So now, more than ever, you need to be focused on quality over quantity. Now, whether that is low content books, such as notebooks, medium content books like colouring books and activity books, or even high content books like fiction and non-fiction. Either way, there is just so much competition on Amazon and even on other marketplaces as well. Now, in order to be successful on Amazon, you need to approach it in the right way. That involves doing proper niche research. That means we're trying to make a product that people are actively searching for and therefore they want to buy. Within this, ideally, we also want to be looking at the competition, seeing what's out there, and then coming up with ways to differentiate ourselves. So therefore, when our book is up there with the competition, it stands out and there's a better opportunity for it to sell. We also need to be making sure that we're investing time and effort into our cover. That's the first thing that people see on Amazon when they're scrolling through the results of their search terms or looking into bestsellers, etc. The front cover of your book is the most important thing. So if you're just pumping out books with really basic covers, whether it's a generic notebook, whether it's a fantasy novel, if your cover is not on point or better than the competition, it's just not going to sell very well. Now, those two things are going to help you to sell your book. But then we also need to make sure that we're giving the best consumer experience possible when someone purchases it. What's that going to do? It means that those people who purchase it are likely to come back and purchase something else of yours. It also means that they might leave a positive review. And then once we're happy with our books, we're happy with the cover, we've done our niche research, and the interior is of a good quality, we also need to be investing in marketing. Usually on Amazon, that's in the form of Amazon ads. But it can also be things like BookTok on TikTok, paid ads on Meta or Facebook groups, for example, that might have an interest in your book, but you need to be marketing it in some way to reach the people who might enjoy your book. If you want some help with getting started with Amazon ads, feel free to check out my video that's linked in the corner now. Okay, so we've gone over what you should do, but if you don't do those things, there's every chance that you publish a book and it's going to get 0 sales. And if that's where you find yourself and you think, right, I'm going to start using Amazon ads to push my book, yes, you can get some sales. But what is likely to happen with a poor book is that it's going to take you more clicks to sell your book. So therefore, you're going to spend more on Amazon ads to get sales. And then also when customer reviews start coming in, there's every chance you're going to get negative reviews. What that means is you've spent money to sell your book, you're going to get negative reviews, and then therefore, organically, it's not going to sell because people are going to see those 1 or 2 star reviews and they're going to avoid it and go for a different book. So you need to make sure you're making a high quality book and marketing it effectively. So one way you might think of doing this is by watching YouTube videos, seeing what other people are doing and copying them. Now I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. Yes, finding inspiration is a really key aspect of publishing. Whether that's from YouTube videos, from Amazon, from blogs, however you find your inspiration, utilize that and create books. However, what you don't want to be doing is copying things like for like. What you're likely to find is that if you're copying people who have had success and they're making videos about it on YouTube, for example, is that book topic is likely to be highly saturated. And there's going to be copycats out there who are trying to do exactly the same thing that you're thinking of doing. Now, if we take my Dinosaurs in Space colouring book as an example. So when I published this book, it was one of only a couple of Dinosaurs in Space colouring books for adults. The other ones on there were all for kids. And so therefore mine was different, and that's probably why it sold quite well. Now, this isn't my best colouring book, but it's been featured on some videos before. Now, if we go onto Amazon and search for Dinosaurs in Space colouring book for adults, we can see the results. Mine's at the top here for that search term, but if we scroll down past the sponsored ads, we can see some other results. This first result was there before ours, but it is designed more for kids. But coming down to these ones, for example, they have been released this year. So we've got here dinosaurs in space, dinosaurs in space. And if we scroll down further, we can also see some other books here as well. Now, what you'll notice so far on these is a lack of reviews, and that's mostly because they're not really selling. Now, if we have a look at this book here, it's ranking fairly well for such a specific term as Dinosaurs in Space, colouring book for adults. However, a quick look at the cover, and especially the copy that it's got there, it doesn't look like there's that much effort been put into this. If I scroll down, there's also no A+ content. And if we look at this copy here, you can see it's literally been exactly copied and pasted from my product listing as well. Now, I'm not saying that my book is incredible, but it does stand out well enough. It looks like there's been some effort been put in, not only with the cover, but also with the description. And I've also got some A+ content which showcase the book. So it shows that there's some time and effort that's been put in. When we compare this to a copycat version, for me, it's quite obvious that it's a low quality book and they've put little effort in here. If we take a look inside the book as well, I think it's quite clear to see it's AI generated and there's not been that much effort put in to make the colouring pages good quality. So if this is your book, I'm sorry for naming and shaming you, but hopefully this will teach you a lesson that you shouldn't just copy other people's books because you can't do that to mirror success. And then lastly on this book, if we scroll down here to the product details, this is where it shows the bestseller rank. Now, the lower the bestseller rank means the more a book is selling. And generally, if there is no bestseller rank, that means it's sold 0 copies. So I would guess that this colouring book that was published over a month ago, probably after my video where I looked at my Dinosaur in Space colouring book royalties, has made 0 sales. So hopefully this shows that you shouldn't just copy what other people are doing. It's hard to replicate exact success, and instead of copying someone else's success, you should be looking at that for inspiration and then doing your own niche research around that area to see what people are searching for and coming up with your own ideas for things that might sell. Because this book has pretty much just exactly copied the topic, the genre, the description, and it's not differentiated itself at all. Seeing as it has no reviews, it's not going to sell well at all. And if you're doing this, if you're making low quality books, if you're copying other people without differentiating yourself, you're just going to waste your time and money. So when you're making your book, always remember, focus on quality. Ask yourself, would you buy this book? Would you recommend it to a friend? If so, you're on the right tracks to being a successful publisher on Amazon KDP. Now, I hope this video was useful. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.